I mean, but then now you look at this whole Family Feud thing that's going viral.
Yeah.
The most popular rappers. I mean,
we can't play the clip, but can we at least pull up like the final results? So do we need to explain how Family Feud works?
I think no. What I do think we need to do with Family Feud is explain how obviously over the years, Family Feud has obviously leaned into social media
for sure, as they should.
Like their questions and their answers. Even Steve is obviously prepped, to kind of like ad lib and go off script a little bit to give it that viral moment. But they did the most popular rappers. That was the category.
I believe it was the greatest rapper of all time.
Yes.
Was the question.
Who is the greatest rapper of all time?
Yeah.
And how Family Feud works is they poll a bunch of people and then put up the most names.
But this is important.
The families guess what would be the highest.
But this is important about Family Feud, and we've been saying this about years. When they say we polled 100 people, who is this 100 people?
Y'all know.
But that's why I think stats and data are bullshit in general.
Yeah.
Like when they poll people and like, oh, these are the results. You polled like 100 random people in a random town in Michigan.
Nothing about
and it's
nothing.
like, oh wait, now this is facts?
Because y'all didn't poll.
I have the science to back it up. No, you have 100 in another state that came up with this.
Y'all didn't poll 100 people in New York City and California.
No, hell no.
No way.
And that's all that matters, right?
Well, I don't know.
When it comes to
Fuck the South, right?
Look at real Cali over there.
Fuck Texas, fuck the Midwest.
It's New York and it's California when it comes to
No,
hip-hop.
it looks like they polled California. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, based off this list,
Yeah, this is a very California result.
I would say they polled Long Beach to be exactly. They were in Long Beach. They polled 100 people on Sunset Boulevard.
To be honest, Snoop Dogg, we have the graphic of now. That was the one that actually made the most sense to me because I've argued for years that Snoop Dogg is the most famous rapper of all time.
Most famous rapper.
I'm using my words.
But if you're saying that this question was who is the greatest rapper of all time.
Okay, but either way, Family Feud is kind of based off the casual fan of anything, what they think is the most famous.
For sure.
And because
Absolutely.
So Snoop being number one makes a lot of sense to me. But after that, it went off the fucking rails. Jay-Z was last.
It made sense. Like once we
Jay-Z and 50 was tied with 3. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, but
the answers started popping up, me and Peach, like when we were watching it, once the answers started popping up, I'm like, oh, we can guess who's going to be next. Snoop Dogg's going to be number one, like 50 Cent's going to be on here because this is most popular with, you know, the majority. White people.
M being 3 makes sense. The one that really doesn't make much sense to me at all is Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre is very popular though.
He's not that, and I'm talking about his rap.
Yeah, if somebody was like, even to like my mom, who's the greatest rapper, she would never pull Dr. Dre out of a hat. She'd definitely pull up Snoop, Eminem,
Nobody
Jay-Z,
has
50
Dr.
Cent.
Dre on the greatest rapper list.
Dr. Dre doesn't have Dr. Dre on the greatest. But we know it's not based off that. I'm saying just off popularity, how Family Feud works, Dr. Dre made no sense to me.
Yeah, no.
I just don't think that's a name people pull out.
No, it doesn't. So. And I think that, I think that they put these names on there because they knew it would cause a uproar, would cause conversations amongst social media.
I appreciated Steve. Steve being with every answer was like, yo, I apologize to hip hop.
Yeah. I don't think so, Ma. And the reason why I don't think so is because if that was what they were trying to do, what they would have done was put Kendrick and Drake on there and put them in an order that people didn't want.
I think that's too easy.
I think that's
too easy.
Honest poll.
I think Family Feud wants too easy though. I'm with Demaris. If they were really trying to go for that, I think they would have put Kendrick Lamar at number 2.
Yeah.
Just cause another fire?
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, it took both families a while to get here, and then they didn't even finish the board.
Yeah.
They used to say Nas, Drake, Kendrick.
Yeah, because once I'm saying all these names and none of them's up there, it's like one dude just said Big Z. I don't even know who that is.
He don't exist.
He just gave up.
He was last in the line. That's how far they got.
Listen, if Drake ain't up there and all these other dudes, I don't know who y'all got up there.
What's funny is Jay-Z was already on the board when he said Big Z.
Yeah.
It's not like he mistaken. He's like, oh, I know it's something Z. He saw Jay-Z and was like, well, it's got to be Big Z.
Yeah, naturally. He just threw in the towel after that. But this list, Snoop Dogg being number 1. Okay, Snoop is arguably the greatest, not the greatest, the most famous rapper of all time.
Most recognizable rapper.
Tupac is arguably the greatest rapper of all time. Eminem, some people would say he's the greatest rapper of all time. Dr. Dre, we can agree, is not one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Icon within hip hop.
Oh, if we changing the conversation, then Dr. Dre is absolutely on that list. LL Cool J, not mad at him being on anybody's top 5, top 10 rappers of all time.
Never guessed his name either. LL and Dre, it's like, all right, I think to the middle America adult that would participate in this poll would think LL Cool J was like the black guy in SWAT. Like, I don't know if the people that aren't into hip hop really know LL Cool J's resume when it comes to hip hop.
Well, you got to remember LL. You got to remember LL is the first superstar
for sure
in rap. So if we're polling people in their 50s, 55 years old, they know who LL Cool J is. Like when they were probably in high school, LL Cool J was the biggest rapper in the world at that time.
As far as rappers that have been in every single generation, he probably is the most successful and well known. But I think
he's probably
the regular person doesn't put rap and LL Cool J together. I know that sounds crazy. But it's like, oh yeah, I mean, he kind of rapped.
I mean, he's not probably one of the first names, but LL has crossed 4 decades.
Yeah.
Since the 80s?
That's what I'm saying. He's been in almost every.
He has a record out right now. It's like, so he's definitely in that conversation.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be up there. I'm just shocked he is. Of course, LL deserves to be up there.
Got you. Obviously, Biggie, number, what's that? 5, 6?
5 points.
6? 5 people maybe said Biggie. Okay. 50 and Jay, 7 and 8.
All right, well, 50 did say in an interview a while ago that when he went overseas, like specifically when he went to Africa, they only knew 50 Cent and Tupac. And there's been other rappers that have talked about going around the world where it's like, all right, they only knew Wu-Tang, 50 Cent, Tupac, and Akon. Those were like the 4 artists that universally around the world are known.
Yeah.
So that doesn't shock me too much that 50 would be there.
No, 50 is also one of the most popular rappers probably ever as well.
Who's not on this list that y'all were thinking, like when you realize that what they really mean is most popular rappers in America, who did y'all think would be on there that isn't on there?
Drake.
Yes, Drake, of course. Outside of the obvious, the ones from our generation, because these are all old ass rappers. Like none of these rappers are.
Yeah, but I guess even to like hip hop heads, when you ask the greatest rapper of all time question, rarely do you say someone from the newer era.
Of course.
So I can see why there's no new names.
Well, because when you talk about the greatest rap of all time, you have to talk about somebody that has
been around.
Yeah, they've been around.
Yeah.
They've been around for time. You know what I'm saying? Like not just a moment. They've been around for some time.
Call me crazy, but I think at least one person would have said Nelly.
I agree.
He went diamond.
I agree. I was thinking Ice Cube as well.
Someone said Ice Cube, and I was like, that's for sure up there. And Ice Cube wasn't.
I would say I would have Ice Cube there before Dr. Dre.
Same.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, that's just me. But I mean, you know.
I will also have I'm surprised that Nicki is not on here.
Did somebody say Nicki? I think somebody might have said her name.
Yeah, I think somebody might have said.
Wouldn't shock me though.
But yeah.
this is always fun when hip hop's in Jeopardy and Family Feud, and you just see like how other people view hip hop.